It's a very, very sad day in the NASCAR community. Greg Biffle and his family were killed in a plane crash. And I'm not going to speculate. The woulda, shoulda, coulda stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm going to wait till I hear from the NTSB before I say anything, beyond what's preliminary for right now. So let's all pray for the family. Wow, unbelievable. This man was so giving and very supportive of helping people, like the ones in Hurricane Helena in western North Carolina. He helped them a lot. He was very supportive to them. What a shame. Anyway, let's take a listen to the preliminary reports. And like I said, I'm not going to speculate because I don't know what happened, and no one else does either. Whatever they say, let them speculate, which I think is kind of cruel, but that's what they do. So let's just check out the preliminary details.
The Biffle family released a statement saying Greg, his wife Christina, son Ryder, and daughter Emma were among the 7 people who were on board and died in this plane crash. Condolences are pouring in from the NASCAR community tonight as the NTSB says it will start its investigation tonight.
We have team coverage for you, sharing stories from people who saw the tragedy unfold and people who witnessed Biffle's humanitarian impact after Hurricane Helene.
Let's start with our Dave Faraday. He was the first reporter at the Statesville Regional Airport this morning. He starts our team coverage to share how the scene out there has evolved throughout the day. Dave?
Scott, this is about as close as we could get to that crash scene. If you look behind me, you can see the airport. Let me step over the camera real quick, and I'm just going to kind of push in and grab a focus there off in the distance. You can see what's left of that plane after the crash earlier today. Something else we found out from some eyewitnesses, they actually described seeing fire and flames as the plane was coming back in this area. This roadway runs right along the end of the runway. I can actually see some charred marks down off in this direction. Our cameras captured this video shortly after the crash as smoke rose from the wreckage at the Statesville Regional Airport. Eyewitnesses described seeing the plane go down during the landing and smoke and flames across the end of the runway. The Cessna Citation was owned by former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle. The city of Statesville confirmed the airport is now closed because of the crash site and the debris on the runway. According to FlightAware, the plane's flight plan showed the aircraft taking off at 10:06 this morning from Statesville Regional and climbing to just over 2,000 feet in elevation.
Now, the plane was a Cessna Citation built in 1981. It has 2 Pratt & Whitney engines. Its range is about 1,500 nautical miles, and it seats about 7 to 8 people.
Let's take you through the path of the flight so far. You can see the Citation. It climbs up to about 2,000 feet, starts to head southwest as it follows. You can see here parallel to I-40 and along Highway 70 right there. It appears to start to lose altitude. It gets down to about 1,300 feet, and then it starts to turn back to the northeast. As we see the animation continue, they're still setting there to the south. The climbs to about 1,900 feet. Now, everything in this flight tracker happens over about 7 minutes time. We learned this afternoon the plane was supposed to go to Sarasota, Florida today. From there, it was scheduled to fly to Treasure Cay Airport in the Bahamas and then back to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and returning to Statesville tonight. So all that in one day.
Now we want to show you this new video. You can see just how far the plane skidded after it made impact on the ground, crossing over a road there, crashing through a fence, and then going all the way across the field. It left a trail of scorched earth and smoke in its wake.
This is a very sophisticated jet. But this is a very reliable aircraft. It could carry up to 10 to 12 people, and it's certainly easy to fly. We want to know everything that happened. They'll be looking to create a record on everything they possibly can, and then about a year later, they'll issue their final report.
As you've already heard mentioned, Biffle playing a big part in Helene recovery. As a helicopter pilot, he flew into western North Carolina to save people stranded after the storm. Our Hannah Getz covered the recovery during Helene, and she's joining us live. Hannah, you spoke with a firefighter who was with Biffle for some of those missions.
Yeah, Scott, and as you mentioned, I spent days in western North Carolina covering Hurricane Helene, specifically in the Pensacola community, and that's the same community Greg Biffle made multiple supply drops. Now, today I talked to the assistant fire chief at the Pensacola Fire Department, and we talked about the days when the fire department was a field hospital, and Biffle was there to help.
Greg Biffle is known for his work on the racetrack. But in the fall of 2024, in the aftermaths of Hurricane Helene, he became known for his humanitarian efforts.
Greg flew several different days into our community, kind of on the upper end of the community in the Cattail area, which was really hard hit. He actually performed some rescues up there and brought some people out.
A recent NASCAR Hall of Fame nominee, but to many in western North Carolina, he was already a hero.
He's such a great guy, so down to earth, easy to talk to, and he was a huge help to a community that really needed it. That's the kind of thing you don't ever forget.
Bradley Boone is the assistant chief at the Pensacola Fire Department in hard-hit Yancey County. I spent time at his fire station in the days after the hurricane. Today, I talked to him about the help the community received from Biffle when they were praying for a miracle.
Sunday came, they were worried about, what are we going to do? I mean, everybody was cut off from the world. And they got in the station there and started praying for help. And they hadn't much more than said amen. They looked, and there was a blue helicopter circling overhead.
Boone says Biffle's home became a base for private aircrafts to take life-saving supplies to the mountains. Documenting a lot of the work on his YouTube channel, Biffle brought not just supplies, but hope for the people there.
I've seen a lot of posts from Pensacola people on Facebook. Everybody's heartbroken. It's a sad day for us in Pensacola.
Yes, it's a very, very sad day. Like I said, I don't want to speculate, but if he was headed down to Sarasota, Florida from Statesville, he had quite a load of fuel on. That's why there was such a fireball. That would not be a speculation. And I'm waiting to hear from, well, as you know him, Cletus McFarland. His real name is Garrett Mitchell. And he's in Sarasota, so I'm just kind of wondering if maybe he might have been headed down to see him for a few minutes. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear a response from Garrett to find out if that may be true or not. But anyway, wow, what a tremendous loss. Rest in peace, my friend. And prayers out to your family. You guys put your prayers in. See you in the next one. Have a good day. See ya.